The official woman tier list. I like videos like this that are funny and I have fun like this because I just don't like serious videos all the time. So let's get into it.
Today, we're making the first official woman tier list. I haven't seen anybody else do this, and it's high time
Yo, who is she? Both of these people. Who? Who? So,
that we do
my
it.
bad.
Some people might call this
My gooder
misogynistic, but
brain.
it's not whatsoever. In fact, I'm a big
Misogynistic.
woman lover. I love them so much, in fact,
Well, am I
that
gonna
I'm
get
going to
canceled
be
for this
making a
shit?
list of my favorite kinds of woman. Now, the
No
first
way.
one we're going to be talking about are the emo, the goths. I would
not
say
even up
these
there
two
yet.
have to belong
S. Oh my god. Hell yeah.
next here. Now, here's the thing with this
Yeah.
woman. I
Uh-huh.
personally love the aesthetics. I really like these things. The problem is, it's not really
A
the
lot of them be crazy too. It's great. It's a great time.
aesthetics. It's just, it doesn't scream wife material to me. That's the problem.
You don't think
Honestly,
so?
they might belong in A tier. But goth and emo, obviously the classics.
No, I think
Next
that's
one
S,
is
bro.
the tomboy. Okay,
S.
this is a good one.
Um.
Because they're actually
I
fun.
mean,
Like, you
push
can
my.
actually do activities you enjoy with these women. And they
bad.
have a sense of humor. And they work out, bruh. The only drawback is it's slightly gay. Let's be honest.
Nah. If that's gay, she can peg me. Hey, I meant she can bend me over. No, I meant Anyways, we can keep
Slightly
going.
homo because you're essentially liking a woman who has a guy's personality. It's slightly gay,
Bro,
in
that's
my
not
opinion.
even,
But it's
bro.
fine.
No,
You know,
bro.
it's an
It's not even
acceptable
like
amount
that. The
of gayness.
personalities, dude. What? No, personality is like genderless. Like what? What are we talking about?
It's the amount of gayness that doesn't make you gay nor bi. But it's a little bit there. Like, let's acknowledge it. It's real. It's
Nah.
slightly gay. But they still go in S tier. Next
Is this why I'm questioning all the time about being bi and gay? Dude, I'm not. I'm not gay. I swear. Like,
are the hair colors, bruh. I gotta say, I love ginger. Gotta say,
uh-huh.
ginger, blondes, those are my favorite.
Okay.
Brunette's mid, and black is just,
What?
it's basic.
What?
It's Asian. I want a white woman, so.
Shit's crazy.
Go lower. So I think blonde is S tier, ginger is A tier,
I would put all these S, but okay.
brunette's B tier, and here's the thought process. I love blondes. I also love gingers. In fact, I love gingers more than blondes. The problem is, though, you're gonna have kids. You gotta think ahead, my brothers. You're gonna have kids, and you're making your son a ginger. That is a sad situation to be in.
Okay. It's not that sad. Like, it depends on how fine she is. In my opinion, a 10 out of 10 ginger, like your kid would probably be like 100% fine. Unless she has plastic surgery, then you gotta ask like how she looked before the plastic surgery and stuff like that. But like, bro, bro,
Imagine having a ginger son. Now,
it
statistically
just it
speaking,
just
if you
depends.
marry a ginger and you're not
If the person's fine, then I like if the person's like, good looking, then I feel like it doesn't matter what type of hair they have, as long as it's not extremely short hair. Oh my god! Like you have to be a different type of breed to pull that off. If you pull that off, you can almost pull like pretty much anything off at that point. Especially if you're a woman and pull like if you're a woman that pulls off being bald, oh you got it. You got it, bro. Because at that point, like you're at a different status a lot of times.
ginger
I feel
yourself, it's
like anyway.
unlikely that they're going to have ginger hair themselves too. It's not as likely that they're going to become ginger, but that's a risk.
It's a
You're
risk,
risking
yeah.
having a
It's fair.
ginger son. Imagine what that does to him. You're going to make him a Bill Burr. We don't
Wow.
want that. But for
Wow.
women, it's perfectly fine. In fact, it's kind of like being an emo. Being an emo or being a goth, that's only acceptable if you're a woman. Same
That's
with being
crazy.
a ginger.
I think it's just acceptable if they're attractive. To be honest with you, but I think to be honest, anything's acceptable if you're attractive. So that's just me though.
People are going to be
Hey,
offended by that, but I'm just speaking the facts. This is my unfiltered opinion. The next one is the strong, independent woman, F tier, because here's the thing. No woman who's actually strong or independent is going to be calling themselves that. Any woman who
oh
self-identifies
yeah, that's for sure. Okay, then yeah, I agree with him. Because I was like, I don't know, but no, that part I agree with. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um,
as a
yeah,
strong, independent woman is the exact same as a guy who calls himself an alpha male. If
yeah.
you're strong, if
If
you're
you say that unironically, I don't know what to tell you.
actually those things, You're never going to call yourself that,
Mhm.
period. You're just going to be it. So essentially,
Like, people are just gonna notice that about you.
an
Yeah,
independent woman is code word for insecure, and you don't
yeah.
want a person who's very insecure. The next one we have is the breadwinner wife. Now, here's the interesting thing. Statistically speaking, they have higher divorce rates. That's
Really?
bad. That's a no-no. You don't want a woman who's going to divorce you. The
Okay, but that doesn't mean she's gonna divorce me. Like, listen, listen, listen. If I if she's the breadwinner and, like, I don't have to work or something like that, and I'm, like, a stay-at-home husband, like, taking care of kids and shit, that's fine with me. I don't see that much of a problem. Like, I truly don't.
positive is, though,
But
if they're a breadwinner, they're making more, so if you do end up divorcing, at least you'll get a bit of money. But we're not really fishing for divorces here. We want a nice, happy, healthy, stable marriage. So
yeah.
they got to go down to, I don't know.
My problem is, like, you might be insecure about, like, if they have, like, a work husband or something like that, because that is a lot of things, like, that's a problem. That is a very big problem. So unless if you're, like, secure with her and everything, then I could see that happening. But to be fair, I don't think you should be with anyone if you're not secure with them, so
No, lower end B tier. Because I mean, they're hard workers. They got their career going. They're making the
mhm.
money. You can just do whatever you want. All you got to do is vacuum around the house. But let's be honest, the price is humiliation. You got to be the beta, and you're going to get
The
divorced.
bait.
So the lower end B tier. Actually, I'm moving it to upper C tier.
I
Yeah.
mean, you could still lead. I feel like you can still lead the house if you're masculine enough and also like you're strong and everything like that. Because you can do stuff around the house. Like, I feel like taking care of the kids is the most important job. So if you can do that, like, I feel like that is a person who kind of leads in a way, at least to a certain extent, the relationship. But that might be a bad faith argument. I don't know.
Next one is the work wife. Now, this one's a bit different because it's just a wife that goes to work. Some people have their own situations that they're going through. Not everybody is making six figures. Like, come on. The situation demands the wife's got to work. And
Mhm,
honestly, I respect that. The
mhm.
ideal situation is you're like rich and they don't have to work and they just take care of the kids,
Yeah.
obviously. But life's not that pretty now, is it? Things
Either
are
or
very
is
tough right
chill
now.
with
That
me.
you're
Hell
most
yeah.
likely going to have a working wife with you. So we put this one, in my opinion, very hot take because I know I got a big traditional audience. I'm putting this in A tier because at the end of the day, you don't
I'm
want
not
to
gonna lie, I put brunette and work wife in S tier. Oh, I'm putting a lot of stuff in S tier. Oh shit. Okay.
simply a work
Okay.
wife or
No,
a
he just
stay
put
at
it. He's
home wife
just
or
giving us
whatever.
a lot of like
What you
stuff.
want is a woman who is adaptable to the situation you're in, right? You
Hmm.
want somebody who's
Oh, most
really going to
definitely.
help out the marriage.
Yeah.
A work wife is hella
I feel like
adaptable.
adaptability is probably the most important thing.
Good worker at that.
Well, let me
Next
phrase that.
one is
One of the most important
trophy
things
wife.
in a
Okay,
relationship.
we're assuming in
Also
this
loyalty and
situation you're
everything like
like
that, of
Elon
course. But
Musk or Jeff Bezos if you're bald. I think a marriage, I think a wife, she's got to be contributing. A
hmm
trophy wife is just like she's just kept in a
she's just
cabinet to
there.
look pretty. I don't
Yeah.
really like that. Like, what are you actually adding to the
Yeah.
marriage? What are you actually adding to the family? Come on. You gotta get out of the cabinet. You actually gotta like do something. You're gonna
Yeah.
work. You're gonna clean the house. You're gonna take care of the kids. You're gonna cook. I mean, come on, add something to the family. Don't just stand there and look pretty. So they
hmm
definitely belong in a C tier. The reason why they're not F is well, they're pretty. Next one is stay-at-home
That's
mom.
fair.
Obviously, we gotta go with the S tier. You're gonna raise a bunch of
Okay.
kids. You're
Yeah.
really contributing to the family. You're fulfilling a very important role. S tier all the way. Now we got the feminist activist. I've met a lot of feminists, and I can say that
Okay. Are you a feminist, like in the traditional sense, or are you a feminist in the new age sense? That's the real question. Because if it's the old sense, like you want equality, then you know of course you want equality. But the new people, they don't want
that
that.
some of them are pretty charming, but they just got family issues. They hate their dads. They hate men.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If you don't have a good relationship with your dad, that is already a red flag. It doesn't mean you're bad, because a lot of people that don't are fatherless. I'm not gonna lie. I might say fatherless for other people as an insult, but like a lot of people that are fatherless are still really good people and still love men. They just have a bad experience with their father, but they don't let them. They don't let that like weigh down on them. In other relationships, but a lot of them do let that weigh down on them. So.
How can you be with somebody who hates men? Now, not
Yeah.
all feminists hate men.
Am I one of the good ones? You gotta tell her that. Like, you gotta ask her that like every single week. Am I one of the good ones though? Am I one of the good ones? Am I
Obviously
one of
not, but the vast majority do. Like, that's one of the main reasons why they are the way they are.
the?
And a lot of people are going to combat me with that, but it's true.
Yeah.
But if she was a feminist and she didn't hate men, let's just give them the benefit of a doubt. C tier, because you can change people. You know,
Okay.
girlfriends, wives, they often change over time to adapt to their husband's beliefs, their boyfriend's beliefs. Maybe you can fix her. We'll give her
Maybe you can fix her.
C for potential. You don't know
It's
how many of
see?
these women would be willing to be a stay-at-home mom
C
if
for
they found the
potential.
right guy. I'm serious, by the way. I'm not even joking with this. If they found somebody that
No
really
shot.
emotionally compelled them, they'll change. I've
Okay,
met
that's true, but you put this at the same tier as breadwinner? Are you serious? That's
these
insane to me.
people. I know these people. When a woman really likes you, she's really willing to change herself for you.
Mhm.
I'm serious. And the next one is, and it's just on the list, the hopeless romantic. Apparently, it's characterized by an obsession with love stories and dreamy, idealistic stuff about relationships. Being a
This one's
romantic is
hard.
fun, but like, let's be honest, a marriage is not always going to be incredibly romantic. That's something that disappears with time. You want a woman
Oh, you mean the hopeless no, okay, those are two different things. Okay. So you mean the hopeless romantic that isn't mature. Because a hopeless romantic that is mature understands that, but is still like extremely romantic and fantasizes about it and everything like that. Okay. Okay.
who's going to be much more mature.
So this is the problem with a lot of these meetings. Like he has to, yeah. Okay, but
Woman who's not
he
gonna have
just
these
yeah,
unrealistic
he just defined it.
expectations of what a relationship is or what a marriage looks like. You're not always gonna be in that honeymoon state.
Hmm.
I'm thinking about putting it above the breadwinner, so it's probably like either upper C tier, lower B tier. We'll go lower B tier. Next is the cleany girlfriend. Oh man, so many guys would kill for this type of woman. I'm serious. So many guys don't understand what
Shit.
it's like to be with this type of woman. Cleany women, especially if you're a guy who's got work, you got things to do, you have hobbies and a life outside of work, they're gonna take up all of your time.
Oh, okay. You mean the clean again? You mean the clingy woman that's not mature and doesn't understand this? I mean, okay, if you're jealous about it, understandable. But if you're clingy about it and is still rude, even though you understand that like the man has other stuff to do, I feel like you need to become more mature about it and understand. But I see, I like clingy, crazy people that like understand at the same time. I mean, unless if you're a breadwinner, then shoot. If you're a clingy, crazy breadwinner like this, then you know what? Fuck it. I'll stay at the home if you want that. But
Bruh, I'm serious. You don't
shoot.
know until you know. You need a girl that knows, hey, you got work to do, bruh. And when he's not talking to you, she knows that you still love her, you still care about her. F tier. I'm serious about that, by the way. You can't be cleany.
No,
You gotta
I can
leave people alone
understand
sometimes.
you putting it
That
that.
ship has sailed,
Me,
amigo.
I'm
You
putting that at like a minimum. But
gotta go.
hey,
Next one is the art girl. A tier. I love art girls. I love
okay.
people who are into art. I love art itself. This can be either music, this can be, you know, visual art, this can even be cosplay or whatever the hell. I love art girls. There's a slight drawback though, because a lot of them are just gay, you know? I mean, statistically speaking, artists are more likely to be
He's like, I'm curious what the I'm curious what the hell is in the comments. I'm so curious what the comments look like for this video.
and there are connections between creativity and mental illness. So it's like when you're with an artist, it's a bit more chaotic. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what you're really dealing with. It's a little bit of a risk. But hey, there are a lot of women who are into art. They're perfectly healthy. Just gotta find that one. Next one is the lesbian. Now, when it comes to lesbian, there are two types
Why
of
is it even here?
lesbian: the very masculine type of lesbian and the very feminine type of lesbian.
Okay, the feminine type of lesbian. I think that's like unless if they have to be extremely attractive to be like good as a masculine lesbian. But
Now, from what I can see, we know the statistics. Let's just be honest.
why
All
is
I
it
can
here?
say is domestic
Am I
abuse.
becoming a femboy or something for these people? I mean, okay.
It's a real thing with these people. For the masculine lesbian, I'm gonna put them at F tier. My reason is, it's
Yeah,
not okay to hit
I
women,
understand.
even if you're a woman. As for the
Yeah.
feminine lesbian, it's very interesting actually. There are a lot of lesbians out there. They say they're gay, they are gay, flat out they are, but over time that changes. If they find the right guy, I genuinely believe they're not gonna be gay. And this isn't something I'm making up. It's It's statistically observed. It's
Hmm.
real. People know about this. The sexuality between men and women, it's different. Women are much more likely to self-identify as lesbian at a younger age, but then as time goes on, they're less likely to identify as lesbian. They're more likely to identify as bi. They're more likely to just become straight and marry a man. And
Yeah,
there's
it's
a
actually
whole lot
true.
of stuff
Yeah.
connected to this. And there's the added bonus. Let's say they were with people. They have a body count. They say, I have to open up to you. I have a body count. And before you, I was with 3 other women. You're not really gonna care. I mean, they're women. We as guys, we're jealous. And we're jealous of other men being with our woman. But if a woman's with another woman, it's like, it doesn't really
No, I'm not gonna lie. It's both, but it's less. It's definitely less if it's a woman. That is for sure.
register, does it? I mean, let's just be honest. If you could get the feminine, beautiful lesbian, and she became straight because of you, but she was with other people before you, it's not as bad as if they were dudes, you know? I'm just saying. So in
Yeah.
my
No,
opinion, the
that's fair.
feminine lesbian, they gotta go in B tier.
Especially because that means you're just the special one. Like I'm surprised he didn't say converted. I'm surprised he said that. That means you basically converted her. So like,
With
I'm
the
just
interruption,
surprised
be sure to subscribe if you're
because
enjoying
I
this
think that would
video.
have been really
I
funny if he
make
said.
tons of different videos like this all the time.
Because I've
Not
heard
tier
that in the
lists,
past.
but I try and make thought-provoking ones that are interesting.
Oh no, he
Anyway,
definitely does. I'll subscribe to me too. I do reaction day content a lot. That would be really cool. I try to make it as funny, somewhat as possible, as entertaining as possible. If you have any criticism for me, I will take it gladly, like genuinely, please.
let's continue.
I
Next
actually
one
want this
is
channel
the
to grow, so
e-girl.
yeah.
I actually like the look. It's very simple. I'm a
Uh,
simple guy. I like the makeup. I like the way they dress.
probably. Same thing with the very clean one, probably for me.
It's
Chat,
nice.
chat.
Next one is the pick-me. Now, I personally had this conception of pick-me's. I used to say that pick-me's were just called that by other women who were jealous of them. They're getting
Mm-hmm.
the attention of the guys, so they're just jealous of them. They call them the pick-me's, you know, because a lot of women, they do that. They'll
Yeah,
find a woman who's more traditional, a woman who
and genuinely,
caters to
yeah.
the interests of other men, and they call them a pick-me. There's a distinction between that, which is perfectly healthy and fine and something women should do, and an actual pick-me, which is, they're really annoying. Like, you'll know when you run into a pick-me. They want tons of attention. They're never full with the amount of attention they get. It's like a real thing. I used to be
Oh,
a pick-me defender. I've been enlightened. I know what these people are like.
oh, I didn't know
No
that.
to pick
Yeah, because I've seen the people like Head be called pygmy, I'm like, how the hell is this person a pygmy? Excuse me? So
me's. Pick-me is F tier. The city girl. I have bad
I can see
experiences with
that.
city girls. I don't like the city. I'm not gonna live in the city. C tier.
Yeah, me
Because
either. I'm not living in the city. I don't know anything about city girls though, so I'm not even gonna give this one a rating.
if
For
she's a
pick me
good
is
woman,
probably C, but probably the lowest of C.
she can join me in the suburbs. She doesn't need to be in the city. She's got me. You don't need to go to the nightclubs. Like, what's in the city? Nothing. Next one
Oh,
is
is
the
the yeah,
homeschool
no, I'd probably put it in C or F to be honest for the city girl then. Oh, yeah, probably.
girl, S tier. These women, if you talk to them, they're incredibly sweet. Very sweet people. And
Hmm.
you know what I said before about like beautiful women being crazy? That rule doesn't apply to these women. If you're homeschooled, if you had a good
Oh,
upbringing, it
that's
doesn't
sad.
matter how beautiful you are. You're not really gonna be as crazy.
Oh,
I've
that's
met
sad.
women at church who were
That's
homeschooled,
sad.
and golly, they're so
It's like an A
incredibly
tier
sweet.
there. No,
Now
I'm
the
kidding.
stalker
Let's get S.
girlfriend. Here's the thing.
S. I meant
This is a
sorry.
little
Sorry.
controversial, and I will go to my grave saying this. All women have stalked someone. All of the women I've talked to have stalked a guy, especially the guy they like. Now, it could be that I'm rationalizing away my own experiences with these people, but the
Yeah.
behavior itself, it's kind of unhinged. And if you're a guy doing it, like, I don't know how you could be a guy and do it in good conscience. I think women are just like immune to feeling bad about stalking people because they just tell themselves, I can't do anything to them because I'm a girl. A guy, if like he started doing it, he's like, I'm
Crazy.
a freak. What's wrong with me? A girl, she can do it guilt-free because she knows not only is she not going to do anything to them, but they believe
That's
they
definitely
can't
not.
do anything to them.
Yeah, they do
Statistically
believe they
speaking,
can't,
They say that men are more
but that is
likely to
definitely not
stalk.
true.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe
All
that
the women I've
either.
asked, they say yes, they've stalked. It's in fact rare of me to find a woman who hasn't stalked a guy.
That's
So
insane.
it's like, it's unhinged, it's creepy, but it's standard, honestly. So it's like B tier, mid B tier, yeah. Next one is cat girl, and we're talking about cat ears, S tier. It's not furry.
Yeah, S. Yeah. It's not furry. No, it's just real. It's just real. These two, Tomboy and Catgirl, probably the top. Yeah, I would say those are like top two. Yeah. I like how he put him for a stay-at-home mom, even though he advocated that for so much. Stalker probably lower A, because now that you said all of that, S, because I'm thinking about it more, and it's like no, it's still S. Yeah,
I
it's still
refuse
S.
to explain. Next one, the sweater oversized hoodie girl. Now,
Oh
I'm gonna be
shit.
honest, I asked ChatGPT to create a whole list of the different types of women out there, and it
Mhm.
gave me this one. And I thought, I actually like it when women wear baggy stuff. It's like,
Mhm.
it's not the only style I like, but I like it. I think it looks kind of good. Sometimes it
I
can
think
be
it's probably
even
my
used
favorite
to
style.
dress
Yeah,
appropriately, but still be kind of
or
like
at least one of them.
stylish, I like it. We need to bring that back. Bring
Mhm.
back the giant sweater girl. Next one is
A or
the
S?
fat
Nope.
girlfriend.
I
Okay,
meant
let's just
okay.
be honest here. We
Okay.
want a wife that is not only attractive, but one that will live a long time. One that
Type shit. Type shit. Type shit.
can actually take care of the kids. One that's not going to just die of cardiac arrest.
Is this
Those are
F?
negatives. They're not healthy. They're not as
Do we put it in
attractive,
F?
but they're great at cooking. They're always good at
Oh
cooking.
no,
All
that is cool. That is true. Because they're always a big bag, which means they're most likely good at cooking. I mean, unless if you just miserably be around, then you're definitely an F.
of
Done.
them.
But
I haven't met a single woman who was fat and didn't know how to cook. So that's a positive. That's something guys are looking for in women, right? That's what they say, at least. And you can lose the weight. So right now, I'm going to say C tier, but they
really,
have potential. If you're this category
oh,
of
they definitely
woman,
have
you got
potential.
potential.
Yeah,
You can become an A tier. Just gotta hit the gym
you
a
just
little
gotta hit the
bit. You
gym.
can
You
really
straight, yeah,
change the
straight
tier
up.
list here. It's all within your
I
control.
can see. I
Trust
can
me,
see
I'm being
C.
serious, by the way.
Yeah.
Next one is the psycho obsessive girlfriend. Okay,
S, hyper S, hyper S.
it's funny in memes and all that stuff. We
No,
all
I
think
don't. I never said it as a joke.
it's really funny, the yandere and all the rest.
I never
Haha,
said it
hee
as a
hee.
joke.
Unless you've
my,
actually met these people, you
my
won't
bad.
understand. And I can just say it is F tier, and you don't want it. It's very bad.
But
Trust me.
the red flags are green. What? No, 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 no.
Next one is the
The red flags
autistic
are
girl.
green.
I'm gonna
You
put
just don't
this one
understand.
at B tier because here's the thing. I actually find autistic
I find them to be nice. I find them pretty nice.
women
Sometimes
to be
funny.
fun. So it depends on the
Yeah.
type of context here. If we're talking about a functioning autist, someone that doesn't really seem autistic, they're just a bit more blunt, they're more clear with what they mean.
They're honestly A, maybe even S in that point, in that standard.
I like that. That's fun because
Yeah.
you're much easier to read. You're just much more direct. I
Yeah.
like that.
I love when people are direct.
Make
It's
my
amazing.
job
Yeah.
easier. I don't have to bring out a manual to understand you. I don't have to ask another woman, hey, what's going on here? Why is she doing this? Why is she saying these things? What does she want of me? Because I know if you're autistic, you're just going to tell me. It's
Yeah.
simple. It's nice.
It's
A tier
beautiful.
for a functioning.
A or S. Honestly, I'd probably put it S. I'd probably put it with Tomboy and Catgirl, to be honest. If it's like that, probably like because a lot of tomboys are direct. At least that I've noticed. So I definitely put that higher. Same thing with probably Catgirl. I think Tomboy is like number one, then Catgirl. No, actually, then Yandere, um, then Catgirl, or then Goth, and then Catgirl. Yeah, yeah, these are like equal. So I'm putting that with Goth, and then autism. You feel me? Yeah, you get me.
Autist. The problem is, though, it operates on a spectrum. There's some women who are like autistic, and when you talk to them, it's like there's a brick wall of emotion. You can never really connect to them. You never
If it's like that, that's like a C.
really
Yeah,
feel anything with them. So with those, it feels horrible. You don't
yeah,
want that. So if you go for an autistic girl, go for an
a
autistic
functional one.
functioning one.
Yeah, that
One
would be
that can
pretty
actually
cool.
build a relationship, one that can actually work well in a relationship. They exist, trust me. I've seen
Yeah.
them. They operate in both the A tier and F tier. The next one is
I mean,
gold.
for some reason, that's an easy F. I don't even know why this is even here. This should even be here. Anyways, for the non-functioning one, yeah. I mean, people. A lot of my friends call me autistic. I swear I'm not. I swear it, dude. I swear. Like, oh my, brother.
Digger, bottom C tier. The only reason why
Huh? You put that above Psycho? Really?
they're the bottom C tier and not the F tier is because they're pretty. The problem is they leave with your money. They don't care about you. Next one is
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Okay, but wait, hold on. Okay. Where do you put trophy wife? You barely put it below trophy wife. How the hell? Like, how are you gonna put trophy wife on the same tier as bro? What? You're insane. You're insane. You're insane. I think you're truly insane. Shoot. I
Okay, this is where I'm gonna offend a lot of people. Unironically, I'm not even joking. The horse girl. I don't like them. I'm
ooh.
not a country guy. I'm
Really?
not really a giant outdoorsy guy. And these women, I don't know. I just don't vibe with them. They always like country music. I hate country music. They're cute. They're blondes. You know. They got cowboy hats. They dress well. They're usually very pretty. I never get along with them. I just can't connect with them. So
Alright.
I'm gonna have to put her in like upper C tier. You know.
Well, you put breadwinner on the same tier as gold. You put breadwinner and horse girl on the same. Really? I think you just need more tiers or something. Cause there's no shot. There's no way. There is no way. There's no way out of this one. What? I don't give a fuck if a woman's pretty at that point. Like, I don't get like I'm gonna be real. I don't care if she's this bad of a person. Like, get the hell out of my way. Like,
More than the fat
oh
girl.
my
They're
god.
better than the fat girl. The next one is the nerdy girl. I really have to think about
Uh,
this one, actually.
I
We're
think
gonna
that's
have to put
A.
her right between the fat girl and the horse girl. I don't know, they don't really take care of how they look. You gotta take care of how you look. I take care of how I look, so it's important to me. And I put in
Wow.
that effort, expecting that you're gonna put in the effort too. But like, hey, at least they think before they speak. That's the thing. That's something I really like in a woman.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. I'm trying to understand, bro. So if they took care of how they looked, it would be A for him. I'm assuming something like that. But again, isn't this the same tier as Gold Digger? That's
It
insane.
sounds natural, but it sounds very calculated and smart. Next one is the conspiracy theorist chick. These
I'm not gonna lie, I love them. I think that's A at the very least. I like that they have me thinking. They have me on a roller coaster.
are really fun. They're crazy, but it's like they're crazy in a non destructive way. You know how we talk about the crazy women? They slash your tires. This one is like, she's schizo. She
Yeah.
thinks for herself. She's not always right. She might not even always be the smartest, but she's a non-conformist. She doesn't like the government. She knows about the feds. That's cool. I knew a girl once, and she was like, I want to marry a guy and move to the mountains to
All
prepare
right.
for when the government falls. Like, they exist. That's really
I
cool.
fuck with
That's
that. That's
really
fun.
fun. A tier.
That's
The
yeah. Okay.
nature
Thank
lover.
you. At
I
least we agreed
respect
with that. All right. Cool.
this one.
I
I'm
mean, of
not a
course, he
nature
doesn't have to agree with me on all these. I mean, I'm surprised he agreed with me on like as much as he did. So
person, but from what I've seen, I've met a couple like that. They tend to be very smart. They're not really interested in the same things as me. So if they were
I
to
think this
talk
is
about
a
like
A
different topics, they might sound stupid, but
or
they're not
higher.
stupid. They simply
At
only
least the high
focus
B.
and care about
I can
nature.
see
That's the
S,
thing they're obsessed with. And if you talk to
but
them
at
about
least the
it,
high B. I
it's
would
like
say.
they're incredibly deep when it comes to these things. They actually know about them a lot. When you find a
I
person
just love almost any woman that's not a gold digger. To be honest, I think that's how I am.
and you figure out what they're interested in and you talk to them about it, you find a very
As long as they're not a
fascinating
gold digger, and as long as they're loyal and not delusional, they're pretty up there for me.
an
Like to
interesting
be
person.
honest.
Now, I don't really care about like all the outdoorsy stuff, the nature, but I find them interesting. Bottom A tier. The next one is the traditionalist. I like them. You know, hopefully they're not too strict, but I like them. You know, they really do a good job. You want a woman who's gonna like save herself for you. It's very
Hmm.
nice. I'm much more of a traditional guy. Of course, I'm gonna want a traditional girl. Obviously, S tier. Imagine
Okay,
that. That's a rare thing to find these days. The
that is
next one
definitely
is the
rare.
religious woman. Bottom C tier. I golly. Here's the thing. The religious woman is different from the traditional woman. I'm saying the traditional woman can very much be a Christian, but the very religious woman, they're very strict. Like, I'm talking about a pastor's daughter. Everybody talks about a pastor's son. The
Uh,
pastor's daughter. If you talk to these women, you see how they date, how they do things. It's like they weren't raised right. There's something wrong with it. Don't go after the pastor's daughter. They're just as bad as the pastor's son. Or at least from my experience, they're more controlling. And look, I'm not against a woman who values God or has Christian values that she's going to put above all else. That's great. That's beautiful. But when we're talking about just a very controlling person, that's a big red flag. Bottom C
I can
tier.
see
You
that.
gotta
I could I would put it above Gold Digger, but I can definitely see why he would put it below. Yeah, I could see that.
Change that person. You can keep them Christian, I'm a Christian, but you can't
This is not for
very
all of them, of
controlling
course,
person. That's really bad. That makes life
and I think this
hell.
just
The next one
depends.
is
To
fem.
be honest, I think if they're hot as a rich person, I think that's W. And I'll probably put it at like B, but
So, I mean, they'll probably put time and effort into a relationship. I mean, they're desperate, right? But there's a reason why they're alone, though. Like, who knows? Like, you could get a femcel, a person who's like kind of desperate and they need somebody. They might be interesting, but something tells me there's a reason why they're alone. So I'm gonna give the femcel bottom C tier.
I could see that, especially because it's I feel like no, I might be wrong, but I feel like if you're healthy as a woman, it is hard to be single unless if you have a really high standards. So like if you're a femsol, yeah, there's probably a reason why you're alone.
Next one is the party girl.
No.
Bottom B tier. You know, they're pretty fun, they're pretty enjoyable, but they're so hedonistic and they always want to drag you out. They always like, what are we doing? What are you gonna do? Like you can't just
Yeah, okay. I could see how he puts it in B tier, especially because I would again, no fucking gold digger. There's no fucking shot. But so I would definitely put it above that. But, I hate I almost despise going out, bro. Almost. The only time I go out is to go to the gym. I'm gonna be real with you. That's the only time I go out. So yeah, there's no shot.
enjoy your time. You gotta always be going out with them. You always gotta be doing stuff with them. And look, you could be that type of person, but I'm not that type of person. I'm perfectly fine with just going out to eat, be with
Hmm.
my friends, have a good time. I
Going out to eat's
genuinely
fine.
enjoy that. You don't have to be hyperactive and do all of
Sometimes.
these different activities. So
Sometimes.
bottom B tier. The next
Well,
one is the girl boss. Not really fun, very competitive.
no.
You know, just basically, it's the same as
Because the last
the
time you're
strong,
fighting with her.
independent woman, except this time it's like she's bossy. She wants
Yeah.
to control you, like she wants to be a man. F tier. Now,
Again, if they're really hot though, you can like it's hard because if they're really hot though, like can I pass that aside? I don't know. I might be able to, but not really. Clingy inside yandere. As long as they're hot, that's like a S. That's a S. As long as they're hot, bro, that's an S.
now for the best of the best, the top S tier, my type. That's what it's called, my type, which is, it's not even someone who's very pretty. Like, we're assuming they're pretty. We're assuming I'm physically attracted to them. But an
Of
essential
course,
quality I think is really needed, and something I will always be searching for, is a person who can take responsibility for what they say, what they do,
and
and really
actually
reflect
know like when they make a mistake and shit like that. No, that yeah, yeah.
on their actions and say, hey, I messed up and I'm going to change. Because guess what? If you're going to go after a young woman, let's say 20 years old, 21, 22, they're young, very young person. Do you honestly expect to find a fully developed person who has great character, who does all of these different things right that you want in a
No, that'd be insanely rare.
person? Do you honestly expect to find that in both a person who's pretty and young and expect to
Not
be
an
the
AI chatbot. Not an
guy who
AI.
gets her? It's very unlikely. But there are tons of people who are constantly growing, constantly maturing. I
Yeah.
think one of the things you can do is look for a person who isn't fully complete. Yeah, they have flaws, and you're going to have to accept those flaws, but also find a person who can change them and grow with time. You know, maybe not right now they have these issues, but later they could grow with you and you can both grow together. Like right now, you're not a complete developed person. I'm
Mhm.
sure you're going to hope that you're much more developed and much more mature in a few
Mhm.
years from now. So it's only reasonable to look for that in another woman, in a person who's not quite there yet, but most definitely is growing, most definitely is maturing. I think that's much more realistic in terms of what you can find, because if you want a young woman who has great character and is very mature, it's going to be extremely hard. But you can find people who are growing, who do change, who are mature for only being 22 years old. I think
Yeah,
that's one of the best qualities, the best type of
I
woman
can see
you
that.
can find out there.
That's an
Anyways, that's
S.
it for this video. If you have any other tier list ideas,
Hot yandere that is mature and is like this. Hit me up if you like that. I fuck with you. Heavy. So heavy. Beyond heavy. Anyways, I hope you have a nice day. Like, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. This guy's actually a pretty good creator. But yeah, yeah. Yandere, girlfriend that's mature, hit me up. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah.